As always, well, maybe not always, but at least for the foreseeable future, we're playing Danganronpa. There she is. Thing of beauty. That is, I'll tell you what. Um, okay, so those who are watching on YouTube, I apologize for the last episode. Apparently, these guys who actually do the thing, make the game, decide to make the cutscenes copyrighted. So I had to chop off a bit of a cutscene about 10 minutes afterwards. But basically, what happened was we got executed, well, sentenced to execution. Um, Midway through the execution, Alter Ego saved us, and we now find ourselves in the garbage chute, and Kyoko's just joined us. Because what romantic rendezvous is there without a garbage chute? All right, let's get started then, shall we? Shall we? Let me just turn down my volume so I'm not ear blasted. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So,
To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
you.
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
Yes, I knew that you knew that I knew that you knew. Like, where does it end? But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
I.
Abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However.
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive no matter the cost. Good morning, Kuro. How are you going? And that's kind of weird. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words.
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. She's regained her memory? Question mark. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once?
I.
Until recently I'd forgotten what it was. So she has. You forgot? But that's... Oh, come on, Kuro. Come on, Kuro. Just one time, I want you to come on and be like, Scobby, I'm doing great. I'll be like, that's the best news I've heard this month. But that's not today. That's not today. Today it's, come on, Kuro. I'm sorry. Mm. Oh. Mm. You forgot, but that's... Oh, no. I mean, I guess that's good. Wait, what were you doing? What were you doing getting sunburnt in the first place? That's my question. I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory. That's impossible.
Huh?
Amnesia? Then is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember me losing my memory, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You you're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here. Ugh, gross garden work. I am not a fan.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem.
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Man, I feel like there's gonna be some like major plot points happening tonight, and I'm kind of excited. I'm when I say kind of excited, I mean very excited. Are you saying that you think you lost your memory because
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However,
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. Or one of Kiro. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind is one of us. One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit on what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you're the cutest. Oh, no, sorry. Sorry, I mean, it's you are the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. A bit of a Freudian slip, if you will. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I
I understand.
understand.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for talking over you, Makoto.
I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Good. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you. You know, it's just I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think it's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. She's the ultimate waifu. That's what it is. That's what it is. Actually, I think her ability is the ultimate detective. I said that like 6 days ago. So, here we go. Here we go. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. Bam! That feels good. Ah, I'm the greatest. The ultimate detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why'd you want to find the headmaster? What? Because he's my father. Oh man, I was not expecting that. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is the Hope's Peak headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
So,
Kyoko, what's going on?
I...
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers were dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. Oh, what was there? But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is that some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's the layout of the entire Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Makuru's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have stayed there overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that was true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remember what my purpose was. That my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So I went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. Man, I am intrigued. I am so intrigued right now. So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. I'll just keep going.
However...
Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mikuru Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. Dude, hey, I think you'd be okay. Cause like, something with smells is like, once you're in an area that smells, you kind of get accustomed to it super quickly. So, as long as you didn't move around too much and there wasn't like a breeze or anything, I think you'd be okay. And two, the mastermind has to be Byakuya. I hope someone punches him in the dick as his punishment. Oh. Oh my. Alright. Hold up. 1 second. Ooh. Oh, here it goes. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. There it is. Alright. And even further. There we go. Alright. Alright, now we can continue. The punching, the kicking, the shooting directly in the head. I'm salivating at the thought. Alright, Alright, to begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuru Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed.
Indeed.
Oh wait, whoops. That totally did not work. Oh look. There we go. There we go. Alright. I saw that Kian disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. Look, none is not an option, Kira. You gotta commit. I believe you would be number 2, right? With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the masterminds themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuru Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuru may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... Wait, during the night? Wait, alright, hold up. Hold up. Wait. It's alright, I got your back. I got your back. So yeah, I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That that ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell. I saw this white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran to your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the master assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to do with the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. We'll see. We'll see. I need to keep reminding people about the vote, but could be fun. Could be fun. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuru is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means that the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use a class trial to try and kill you, because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuru. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuru was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not.
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused the event. The tragedy, I guess. We're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy, whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group, whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair, then they're,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Oh, there we go. Chapter 5, done and dusted. Dreamer Island Pocket Rocket. Huh. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Oh man. It should just keep me in the conversation from the beginning to the end. This back and forth. I don't know, man. I don't know. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room.
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open the door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Damn it. It always catches me off guard when they talk and then I talk and then I feel like an idiot. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? That's right. Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... click. Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door, made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Chapter 6. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Oh my, oh my. Whew. Ah. I need like a towel here which I can dab my forehead. Oh, yep. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. Oh my. Oh, Kyoko. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko, is there is something I want to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So,
Ever since I can remember. So like just before she entered the school, right? Or just after she entered the school. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family has always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right, sir?
Right.
Because we take pride in it.
Indeed.
Pride? A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. The neutrals. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, damn it, I gotta stop looking at her legs. And yet I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peaks, is because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Excuse me, huh? But you'd be reunited after all these years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What was that? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
so,
I want to sever all ties with him. What? Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future,
however,
but he had no interest in detective work. What a loser. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. Jesus. Keiko's just laying her soul bare at the moment. That's super interesting. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
That's true, then. I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional.
I
don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
however,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
so,
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. And that's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life, and I'm sick of it. I need him to get out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I had to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Oh god. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone a family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul? I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Who is this woman? I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. I don't know if I could climb a ladder that long, A, I would get bored, but B, I don't know if my muscles could take it. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of the door, Hope Speak is waiting for us. I'd be like getting halfway and then be like, is there a bench or something that I can rest? And the other thing is, like, if we're climbing for like an hour or two, I'd need to go to the bathroom. I would hate to be Kyoko in that situation. Because, like, that's alright. Alright, in that situation, that's a lose-lose situation for Kyoko. Right? Kyoko could, like, I could shimmy over, let her pass, and then do my business. But then, if I looked up at all, I'd get to see the Valley of the Goddess. On the other hand, if she stays down there, it might be raining, one way or the other. What a dilemma. What a dilemma. And please, let's just hope I'm not on a ladder for the next couple of years. At least one that I'm not climbing for an hour. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? Oh yeah. I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so we're back. It looks like we're back.
Whew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the flavor. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
It's only a matter of time until we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed to a nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying, rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry, what do you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so,
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Makuru's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Why didn't they just call his name? Like, that's how they've gotten Monokuma's attention so far. Wait a second. Wait just a cotton picking second. Alright. Oh wait, okay. Never mind, I thought I spotted an anomaly. But I did not. Maybe I did. How big do you think that courtyard is? Because their rooms are right there. I suppose it's about that length. That garden. Gardens in general. Ugh. We're actually thinking about getting some AstroTurf at my place. Just so I don't have to mow it all the time. And apparently AstroTurf looks pretty good nowadays. Who knew? Who knew?
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe
But
it!
Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? You never know, Kuro. You never know.
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. That's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
You're making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. What? What?
However,
But before you do, let me say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose?
Hey!
You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be the chosen as the blackened, and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that, in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
however,
But there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makuru. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be such a violation of your rules which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying that the blackened is me and not Makoto.
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such a bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I'll guarantee I find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
Boom, boom.
And here you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair that you love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
That's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not. You I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what he said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you killed Makoto, without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makuru's trial all over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
It's all come down to this.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makuru's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. That's a new Monokuma laugh, that one. Interesting.
Bear it!
Bear it. Oh my goodness. Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. And how you suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? I can't believe he hasn't said despair. Despair. Is that because you're not prepared? But I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out? Or will my despair? There it is! Despair! Despair! That's great. Claim victory.
I can barely contain myself!
Oh man. They've gone all in. They're just like, let's put it all on the bear jokes. Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Now we still have a shot at this.
Bear it!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried, buried here. Kira, please, please stop. All the mysteries. That's right. Every last mystery that's pouring around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself.
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. Son of a bitch. Alright? Alright, let me just put it out there. A koala is not a bear. A koala is not bad. We actually have a famous song which goes something along the lines of, please don't call me a koala bear, a koala bear, a koala bear. Hey, that's not exactly it, but those were the lyrics. And that son of a bitch, he's the koala as a bear joke. Now that's unbearable.
It's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well then. Well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw... Oh my god, there's no end to these. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makuru's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? Wombats are so cool. Just FYI. When I went to Australia Zoo, they had a wombat on a leash and they were walking around the park and it was like, slowly trundled. And we were all looking at it and the person walking it saw us looking at it and was like, oh yeah, come over. And so we came over and we started, and they let us pat the wombat. And I believe my brother's wife actually hugged the wombat. It was a pretty cool experience. I'm a wombat fan. Alright, on the topic of wombats, I went to Dreamworld, which is on the Gold Coast. And they have like this little section of Australian creatures. And there's a wombat there. And it was just lying, like, it was zonked out. And it was like lying on its back with its legs spread out, its arms spread out. It was just like, it was pretty great. We stared at that sleeping wombat for at least 10 minutes. I'm glad, Kuro. I'm glad. We need to stamp out that koalas are bears, because that's unbearable. It's implausible. We're excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
Okay, he's continuing. I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And that's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based off school regulations. And having a trial for Makuru was no exception to that. Huh? Makuru's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations. Which would mean that whoever killed Makuru... It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Oh yes, we're in the clear. We're in the clear. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry.
I'm done talking, I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone, get out of here. Okay, I'm going. I just... You really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment sooner or later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Let's go. Let's Makoto go. Oh my god. Oh man. They shouldn't make it that long. There should be no laughter that long. At a certain point someone has to take a breath and then it's just like it's lost the gravitas. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And like that we were out of the gym. Yeah, he does have good laughters. The poo-hoo-hoo is specifically good. But I've never heard the sound bite for the mega laugh where he laughs for like a full minute. Just going... That's what I want to hear. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life. I still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't think of me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept.
because,
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let down their guard down?
so,
Let down their guard down. Ugh. I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen,
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
Yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so,
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. What? They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They want to show the world.
it would seem,
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. We're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
For those of us who represent hope, to kill each other off and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove despair is better than hope. But then that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group, whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really the only reason making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored the rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, and she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, followed all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed live to the TV, to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they had to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance, because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least. I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic. Oh.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is add another chance to fight. We have to win this time,
correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no exception to... Wait, there's no option except to win. Because you got to live to win, till you die, till something in your eye. Live to win, till you die, till there's something in your eye. It's a good song.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True. But now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone and destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However...
Is that really possible? Huh?
Anyway...
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
Shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? Whew. Oh my. Alright. Let's take a second out here. I've been reading non-stop for a little while. I actually have an array of beverages off to the left here. It's the most beverages I've had while streaming. We got some bourbon, a beer, unopened. I might actually have to swap it for another beer before I actually open it. A half bottle of Coke Zero. And then good old faithful H2O. That's the good stuff. Alright. So, are we all convinced that Byakuya is the mastermind? Because I am. 100%. Just tempted to get some goodies, but no. I don't know if there's a point. Does it show me where they are? Kyoko's on his floor somewhere. Excuse me. Wait, what? Where's Kyoko? Oh, let's knock on Hiro's door. This is Hiro's room. Is he inside? Knock knock. Knock knock.
Hey.
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. That's, Hina's hair looks like poop in this picture. Just quietly. This is Hina's room. Is she inside? Knock knock. Knock knock.
Hey.
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. This is a bloody setup. That's what this is. This is a bloody stitch up. Like, go check the dorms. No one's there. This is Toko's room. Is she inside? Knock knock. Knock knock.
Hey.
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep... God damn it. This is a bloody stitch up. There's one there. Alright, let's consult the map. Alright. Okay, he looks like a freaking hipster in this picture. This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside?
Hey.
I think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Wait, what?
Just a second.
Is there some reason you would need to search my room? Come on, we need to keep looking. Come on. So go search the dorms. Hold up. Alright. They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Are they gonna be in my room? Where is my room? Oh, there it is. I can't head back just yet. Oh my god. Any other time during this whole thing, he would have gone to his room. But the one time that he needs to go to his room, won't do it. Must be locked. Tucker's room. Mondo's room. We checked Kyoko's room. We checked my room. We checked Byaku's room. Sayaka. No, locked. Junko. No. Toko we've already checked, actually. hero. Oh. Celeste. Why does it make us do this? Like walking through a walking through a graveyard. I guess it must be like in a dining hall. Alright, let's check the dining hall. Unless they're all in the boys' bathroom. No, they're not in the boys' bathroom. I mean, they could have been. They could have been. There's a possibility. Let's check. Let's check. Check the dining room. And suddenly we were greeted with Monokuma! Damn it. Scragat Yaguf Angie and Crack Og You again. Arvuzkas that Expola 103.2.1.225. Wait, 255. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached his limits. Agag to the power of 3, 4 Sami. Upside down smiley face, Sen. Divided by AKT. Oh, underscore, 61. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. You know what would be super cool? Is if that was like Alter Ego taking over Monokuma, and then Monokuma became Chihiro, and then you could take one home, and it's like this little Chihiro Monokuma doll, and you get to hug it, and look after it, and love it forever. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah.
Is that Makoto?
Hiro looks a bit too shocked.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It was a long ladder. Come on, give me a break. Alright, I mean, there's no bathroom stops on that ladder. You climb a ladder for freaking 20, 30 minutes, and then you come back and tell me who stinks. Ugh. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away, shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. Yeah, he actually got a point. I'm surprised he didn't actually like just freak the heck out and be like, ghosts. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
Huh?
Last class trial?
In other words,
We are going to do Makuru's trial.
Huh?
What, seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What, you're saying the mastermind killed Mukuru?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would have to be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
Get down, Mr. President! Or Kyoko. Get down, Mr. Kyoko. Get down, Mr. Kirigiri? Maybe? Kirigiri is a pretty cool name. It's pretty fun to say. I recommend saying it 10 times out loud. Just for a bit of fun. Just for a bit of levity. But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind break his own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial once more.
Huh?
The mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain leverage you needed, didn't you? How does he know that?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said now's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to, right?
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it later. So knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuru, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
Oh man. I feel like that would be a great message tone. Every time you get a message. Oh no!
I hate you.
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with the way things are. I'm fine living here forever with the Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
I mean, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
But
I can smell the end of the game. It's so close. By figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Makuru and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh?
I
can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? That there'd been only 16 people. I'm sure I already told you this, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in House Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, didn't he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh?
But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one that killed Makuru, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have to have set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Makuru, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are 16 students who have been taking part in this killing game. Then the mastermind is. There are 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. And in Makuru, you get 16. Ah, don't look, there he is. So the mastermind would have to be one of them.
that's right.
And one of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive, are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
Am I saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, you can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
Certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And there's one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair? So they must be a high school. It's kind of weird that, like, these people are called ultimates, but they're still only in high school. I mean, wouldn't you think ultimates would be, like, after high school? Like, in their midlife, I guess? Like, 30-ish, 40, I'd say, is when they hit their peak and they become the ultimates. Right now, they'd be, like, superiors, maybe? Superior at this, superior at that. What am I saying? It's an anime. They're all ultimates at the age of 16. Oh, you can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but...
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there would be no way he could have had all these back and forth conversations with us. Well, it would be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement.
Alright, Kara, here's a question. What do you think Monokuma is drinking?
You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
Oh man, that went down weirdly. Wow, how very magnanimous for him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
Oh man, I need another drink out of that one. Ah, there we go. We need to begin our investigation, but I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Tagami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must hold up your own responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master? He didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So, bye? With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall, and now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know.
cause, I mean,
But up until now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died.
Huh?
Makoto? That's really nice for you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Well, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Are we gonna stick together? Are we an item now? So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Makoto?
However,
Okay. Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately, doesn't mean we still can't work together.
so
That goes for us all. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. There's a lot of rhyming in this game that I've noticed. Cover more ground, see what we found. Laying down on the mound. Making sounds. Looking all around. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone. Leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I had to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Makuru's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. It had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuru Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After all that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which, where should we go first, anyone? Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check. Does anyone have any ideas where we should go first? Upstairs doors? What is that? That's like a thermostat. Alright. I'm doing 3 circles. And yeah, that's 3 circles. We're going up. Alright, there it is. There it is. We're going up. You had your chance. You had your chance. The gate's open. We can finally check out the 2nd floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. Oh, Jesus. This is the 2nd floor of the dorms. Looks like some ancient ruins. Oh no, it looks more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. There's a blood stain. What blood stains? Wow. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore, it's just garbage. I opened the door just a crack to glance inside and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. That's it? That's all there is? That seems weird. It's like, that's all there is to it. Oh, okay. Let's just check. There's another door back here. Whoa! Wow! This room doesn't feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko.
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? I want to live in this room. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However...
There's not much though, nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual. Instead, points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy that happened 1 year ago. There are worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
Whew.
I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. Oh. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. Secret door! Alright, there's a strange gap in the wall. Some kind of design mistake or construction defect or something.
So...
There's a gap here, but it's not a normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
It's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. Is it? Ways to open up hidden doors. There's a book on the shelf. There's clicking your heels 3 times, saying open sesame. I mean, I guess you can push on it. A switch somewhere. Yeah, there's often the frickin' statue that you pull down. So many. You know how to open it, right? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
Very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC, I think that controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is that it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all this paperwork, all the files on the PC. Ooh, excuse me. Everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to. But nothing that might have been his password.
Whew.
When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. If Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just thinking of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do it, whatever you want. Okay. It's Kirigiri with ones instead of eyes. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself and turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Beep, crun. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. I want to check out the rest of this stuff. Let's check out the chair. What's the chair going on? A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's. Alright, that wasn't that exciting. Hey, Kyoko. I may as well not have even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy? That's what made it so unusual. This brightly colored box here, it seems totally out of place. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it, but I mean, we can't not open it. Okay,
Makoto.
be careful, Makoto. Why, do you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay? God, it's gonna be a head, right? It's gonna be the dad's head. Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath and took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. A light began to sneak into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Gah! She told us not to scream, but I couldn't do it. I said, Gwa. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? I was kind of right. It's a head. Just been decomposing for a while. It was bones. Human bones. The last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. Well, I guess Kyoko could imagine that. What? Kyoko said, just as I thought. I had to find out what she meant by that. Damn it. I feel so restricted at the moment. Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there, human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking bones specifically. I just had a feeling that it would be his body. It's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least that's what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So the same person that may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough with the puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. The only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
in other words...
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Oh no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just a thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point, she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut all ties, but was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride in order to enter Hope's Peak to reveal myself to the school. She's being pretty revealing right now, if you know what I mean. I did it knowing it was something a true Kurogiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present. How this picture? Oh my god, she's so cute, even at young age. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko!
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet... to now find something like this? So what do you expect me to do? Now... then I was right. It was a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself. To cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Yes, but this is still pretty bad. Kyoko. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff.
Hey.
It's fine, check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting at the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well?
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, or our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
Now,
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. I don't like this, her having this much resentment for her dad. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding something, some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but... Come on, dude, we just checked out his linen closet. Linen cupboard, I guess.
hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. In I go. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. In the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And on the label it says, in case of emergency? I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations. Given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It must prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh, but Kyoko? I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay?
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a flavor? A flavor? What is it? Caramel? Chocolate? What is anything? Any flavor at all?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a little bit. Kyoko. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a second.
I need to get my emotions in order. Oh my god, give her a hug, Makoto. Just hug her. Hug her. Just hug her. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you have with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were gonna say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. The problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. I'll see you later. After I hug you. Yeah, nice good hug there. Is she really okay? Kyoko it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the masterminds performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. Hey there, Omega Wolf. How are you going today? On this Friday? I hope it's Friday for you over there. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading Hope's Peak staff, one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. According to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. Seems possible, even likely that he's somewhere in the school right now. Hey, Omega Wolf, I forgot to ask yesterday, but you need to give us the details on how it all went down. How the marriage proposal, was it romantic? How romantic? Was it like dinner on the lake, or... you gotta give us the goss. Wait, what? Didn't you just... Wait, didn't you just find out yesterday? But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... anyway, here's him. I'm skipping this because we've read it at least 3 times already. 15 of us met in the mail hall, and Makuru to the mix, and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Well, I mean, it's only been 2 days. Have you decided on a date yet? Even Makuru. She's undeniably dead. So the ones still alive are... me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Now let's check out this one. This one has a gun on the door. Looks pretty... Wait. That's not a gun, that's a giraffe. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The The class before ours must have used these lockers. Oh my. Don't tell me I can click on every single locker. Oh shit, son. That's very nice. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. It's pretty romantic. I wonder if I can open up this locker. Rattle, rattle. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. It must be how you get a locker open, after all. It's pretty similar to the card readers for locker rooms on the school's second floor. All you have to do is use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean? Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my Oh, Makoto! Makoto! We just picked up the ultimate e-handbook. Why don't you use that one? You fucking idiot. Alright, I took out my e-handbook and ran it across a card reader, and then... No luck. Maybe the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Wait, but... There we go! He's done it! The emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room. Okay, let's give that one more try. Do it. I took out the emergency handbook, ran it across the card reader, and beep. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. Weird. What is the price, dare I ask? What is the price for the dress? This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belonged to probably has organization problems with every part of their life. This is a crystal ball. Crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he would ever use this locker. It's just not possible. This deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? This has gotta be a coincidence, right? There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. The moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of uneasiness I had evaporated. What the fudge? Yasuhiro Hagakure. What? There's no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagakure. This is our Yasuhiro. The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? And it can't be possible. Alright, everyone stop the stream. We gotta check this out. Oh no, load, damn it! Snow White's timeless elegance and charm comes alive in this princess wedding dress. Handmade satin roses decorate the crystallized waistband that is everything you've been wishing for. Oh, that's pretty. I'm guessing you're getting it in white. That's a super nice dress. I was also going to mention, was it the tattoos that pushed him over the line? Do you see them tattoos and be like, oh yeah, that's it. I'm pulling the trigger. In that case, I should have gotten tattoos ages ago. No, this can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all sucked into the evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Oh my. I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader and looks like the locker opened. Now let's see what we've got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Oh, cool. Beep. Looks like the locker open. Now let's see what we've got inside. Seems practically empty. That's cool. Ah, so it must have been. It must have been the tattoos. Look, it's the only thing. It's the only thing that it connects it to. See, this is what happens when you play Danganronpa. Is you make these weird connections all throughout your entire life now. Always looking for contradictions, logical bridges. The tattoos, man. I'm telling you. There's one thing. Some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. There's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the game's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like girls' handwriting. All the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. That's nice. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students' deaf in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The plan is to keep student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster. Only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's an exaggeration to call this our final hope. It's not an exaggeration. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as a foundation for the new era. It's the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone first. I can't imagine a worse father. Shit, this can't be true, can it? No, but that's great. Again, my sincerest congratulations. And good luck with the wedding planning, because I'm learning wedding planning is a bitch. Actually, it's not that bad for me, to be honest. It's more for my partner. She does all the work, and I'm just like, yeah. Look, yeah, that's in the budget. You can do that. I'm very thankful that my partner and I, we're having a very low-key wedding. So, it's not that expensive, which is great. But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But this belongs to Kyoko. What was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since she left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just happens to be the headmaster, my father. What does all this mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocket book, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Also, out of curiosity, what kind of dancing do you do? Locker pocket. The more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to a previous student, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro. A pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving and moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. I still have so many so many lockers to go. I think that's it. I think that's all we had. Like, that's all the lockers that we meant to open. Beep. Not yet. That's weird. Why would someone graffiti a giraffe on it? Well, that's cool, dude. I'm a huge fan of dance. I've been dancing myself. I really don't trust myself dancing. I bop. If anything, I bop. Like when I'm listening to some decent music, I'll bop along. But that's about it. But I love all those dancing shows. I've watched every single Step Up movie. Like that shows my dedication to dance. Because those movies are bad. Like, they are really bad. But the dancing's always pretty good. Dancing's always pretty good. Where are we going? Going to Biolab. Jesus, and you take pictures. You're a quadruple threat? Damn, son. You got some talent there, Mega Wolf. Man, I was gonna be really mean right there and just be like, I don't care what those other people say. You got some talent. Sorry, I don't know. I just mean you have some talent. That's all I'm saying. I don't care what the other people say. Like, who says what? What are you talking about? I bet. That's super cool. I can write out a pretty decent short story, but that's about as far as my talent goes. Right, where are we going? We're going to the Biolab. What the hell am I doing? started early. Do you enjoy it? Or is it just something that you fell into? Because, while we're swapping stories, my dad, he was huge on baseball. So when we were young, he like really pushed us hard to play baseball. Don't know why. I mean, it's not really a big sport here, but super pushed us into it. And then it was just like, I don't really care. I like hit a point where I was like hitting all the representative sides for a while, and then one time I didn't make it, and I'm like, you know what, that kind of sucks. I'm not gonna play baseball seriously. And he was just like, the hell? Whoa. Whoa. And anyway, after that, I stopped playing baseball seriously. Started playing for fun, which was the best time I had with the sport. Also because I had been in like all those representative sides. I absolutely smashed everyone when I came down to like the lower levels. But it was fun. It was fun. And dude, that's amazing. Wait, when you say that you've performed, what did you do? Did you dance, sing, or act? It's so cold. It's like an abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Some kind of weird machine or something built into this wall. I've seen something like this before. That's it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. Oh man, I thought it was gonna be one of those things where you're like, and then like a face would appear. That'd be pretty cool. Some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. On the left side there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. Only some of the lights are on. The ones on the left. Oh. Wait, you're gonna have to tell me which one's Christian. Because I've seen the Phantom of the Opera a few times. Alright. I'm gonna have to stop. There's these guys that I really like, this band. Nightwish. Alright. I'm pretty sure these are the guys. Oh dude, that's super cool. You're like my favorite person right now, Omega Wolf. I'm so jealous. But at the same time, so like impressed at the same time. But yeah, that's Nightwish, Phantom of the Opera. Pretty damn good. The right hand lights are off. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. Looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. Jesus, okay. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted according to optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, a red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. Nice. This is an instruction manual for the fridge. Damn, you're so cool, Omega Wolf. You're so cool. Oh, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. Some kind of makeshift morgue. Violent secret. About those lights by each slot. Looks like it's set up when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up is blue. In blue. Another one of the victims is Violet lights. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. No? Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It says 8, 9. And then there's 6 of us left, so yeah. Wait, can you do a, how's your Freddie Mercury voice? 'Cause that man can sing. Oh, Toko, this is where you were.
What do you want?
Dude, A, you are cool, and B, it's cool. It's even cooler that you're so humble about it. There you go. So you're actually super cool, but you think you're not cool, and that's the coolest thing of all. What do you want? Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I thought maybe you'd found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything, not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back. Give me back my precious time. Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. You calm down. Do you have any idea what's going through what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master will. Yeah, but to be fair, if you found anything, Byakuya would still call you useless. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. You're gonna go, yeah. Wait, so should I just get going? Yeah, I didn't see myself being able to perform in front of 3,000 people. Heck, when it's like a meeting or something and there's like 5 people in there, I just clam up by myself already. Ugh. Oh no. Check the button here. Yeah, alright, we need to check this. Huh? It's gone. Makuru's body. It's not here. There's still just 4 chickens left. Honestly, I'd be kind of terrified if there were more than that. How are they going with your engagement, Omega Wolf? Maybe the body's inside the tool shed. I better check just to make sure. Do you do the public speaking thing where you try and make eye contact with like a couple of key members, and then you make them feel like you were singing to them? Because I know when I do public speaking, I just look at the back wall and that's it. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. But if it's not in here either, then it must be... Could it be in the biolab? The corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp. The tarp played a key role in another case, so... I'd better look into it. That's kind of sweet, but at the same time, it's pretty good to move out. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue here. I didn't notice it before, but there's a small stamp on the corner of the tarp, Biolab. Then, this originally came from the Biolab? Tarp. It's a Monokuma lawnmower. Oh my god, let's check it out. It's that lawnmower. I don't think it's related to the case. But look at it, it's black, it's white, it's got the right curves. Oh. That's all I really need to check here. Anyway, dude, that's super impressive. What? What? Are you gonna be alright moving away? I mean, job-wise? Where's the headmaster's room? Did I go one too far? I think I did go one too far. Yeah, I definitely did. Like,
Hey, Makoto.
Makoto, are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
But...
So I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean...
Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck, so you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Do you, can you say what country you're moving to? Because the thing, I don't think you can go wrong in that area. The UK is pretty cool. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Oh wait, let me take cover first, I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. Welcome to the bridge. England. England. It's very cool. I hear the best people are born in England, though. I say that because I was born in England. There you go. Not many people know that I was born in England, and it's very easy to forget that I was born in England, but that's the truth. Them's the truth. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I'd love to go back to England sometime. Check out where I was born and stuff. It's on my list. There's some kind of hatch on the floor. But right now I'm concerned about that weird device. Alright, I'm going in. I love how it has like the two bare paw prints there. What is this device? Looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Afumi'd probably freak out if he saw a cockpit. Let me just Google something. Ah, that's alright. Yes, absolutely true. I was born in England, like just outside of London, a couple of suburbs outside of London. But yeah, I moved out when I was young as well, so lost the accent. Now consider myself a full-blood Australian. I drink VBs with the best of them. Not really, because VB is a terrible, terrible beer. But I have drunk VBs with the best of them, so there you go. So, the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then could that mean?
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel.
Huh?
How did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one, the button that says data center. Data center. I took a good look at the control panel and I saw a bunch of buttons with the name of a room next to it. Just like Hina said, there was one labeled data center. That must have been the one she pushed. But the data center, that's right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably go check it out. Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you up from over here. Yeah. I kind of wish I'd kept the English accent. Maybe. Maybe. Because I think I would have like the proper English accent, not the Cockney side. Well, the Cockney side's pretty cool as well. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hey! Groar, give me all your donuts. Is that you, Hina?
Wah wah?
What? Oh man, busted. How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, is this kind of some... Wait, what is this? Some kind of remote control cameras kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling.
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Oh man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with Monokuma drawing inside... Wait, drawing on it. And the control panel inside.
Ah.
Whoa, Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma?
Huh?
Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma?
Oh.
What? For real? Yep, looks like the panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Oh man, I definitely need a new chair. Ada's chair's like... at least... Oh man, it's gotta go back. This chair's gotta be at least 10 years old. It's not that comfortable. I don't think it's doing my back any favors. After a while, I don't think your accent changes that much. Like after your formative years, I guess. Like it'll change a bit, but you'll be right. She'll be right. Which is totally an Australian saying. Just saying she'll be right. As long as people can understand you, you'll be good. You'll be sweet. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right.
But
If the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. If that is true, that's a very polarizing approach. But okay, enough of the puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you already, but... Oh god, we've read that already. Like 4 times. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? Monokuma control room has been added to the truth boards. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh no, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
I mean,
Oh, well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up any traps or anything. I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like,
so,
if you want to leave soon, there's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. Alright. Click. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? Ah, the door, it just locked on its own. What? Don't say that. Gets me nervous. My hand shot out and grabbed the doorknob. Rattle, rattle. You're right, it's locked, but why? Oh, sugar, they were in the hatch. Whoever it was, they were in the hatch. Ah, of course it's locked. Because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma?
just a second.
Hey, no fair. You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room.
Yep.
As you may have guessed it, that's where my controls are. So right now you're being operated by someone in that room.
Yes, indeed.
Correctamundo.
You're a liar.
Excuse me, but that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to... Did you happen to check a certain hatch? No way. The hatch on the floor. The hatch that I tried to click on. Too bad. That was your one big chance, and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace out! Yeah, he's gone, but... Is he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then, when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving. Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice, you've got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. I'll see ya later. Hina took off at full sprint. And I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. Okay, so we got one last room to check out. And I think that's it. What's this? Office. We check the office. This is it. Headmaster's room, and then I think we got the trial. Looks like a presidential suite. It's the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Ah, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Oh, Byakuya. Alright, there are trophies and even a shield in the display case. Oh, that wasn't that helpful. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious.
Come on.
Hey, Makoto.
Not possible.
Are you ignoring me? Yeah, let's not dance around. We totally are ignoring you. You think I'll forgive that just because you're you?
Such ignorance.
When we get out of here, remember this moment. Fine, I guess I'll talk to you. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class 78 student registry. Wait, student roster. It contains profiles for all of us. And Makuru.
So in other words...
Apparently class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Makuru's profile in Kyoko's room.
I see.
That's right, it also mentioned class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words...
there can be no doubt that Makuru here was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Makuru Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learnt about it. But it seems like Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Makuru's profile actually contains 2 pages. So what?
So, in other words,
When it comes to this profile, there's more information about Makuru that we still didn't have. What kind of information was it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report, put together by the headmaster himself.
interesting.
I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya when I skimmed through the report. Makuru reappeared suddenly in the background, and an entity floats, close but out of reach. What? The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Makuru definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. That sucks, doesn't it? That sounds like it sucks. And I need to pay attention to Makuru's behavior too. It's just a gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. And what were you cross-stitching? Just out of curiosity. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to other students, I'll be forced to take all reasonable measures. Makuru was part of the Ultimate Despair? I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean that Makuru and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Makuru? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Makuru was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Makuru was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in here? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our class. That should be enough to figure out who the girl is. And further information about the girl is included in the file. A Celtic pattern? Ah, boo. You should do the Hope's Peak symbol. What is it? Got that logo. Their logo, yeah. Yeah, Hope's Peak logo. It's pretty cool. I would hang that up on a wall somewhere. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, and it even lists her vitals. 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is that maybe we'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say... There's a chance the body isn't actually Makuru? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Makuru's profile has... Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice from me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
In other words...
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't. As you will. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. Right. Is that it? Class 78 student registry. Apparently that's us. Has profiles on me and everyone I met at the beginning and Mikuru. Just like us, Mikuru was apparently a new student at Hope's Peak. Mikuru Ikusaba, part of Ultimate Despair. Which means her and the Mastermind should have been allies. But then why would the Mastermind kill her? Weren't they friends? Yeah, I think that's us here. Is that class trial time or?
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
Oh wow. What now? He wants to give us a hint. It's suspicious, there's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Oh hey hero. Oh what? Makoto? Why'd you act so surprised? No reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he had to say? That's Celtic, right? Not Celtic. Double T. I was like, what's the difference there? But double T. I just did actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What did he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hero, wait. There's no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time?
I am Monokuma!
Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope? Oh, what's it gonna say? There's no PO box on the envelope. That's not good. This must be the envelope. Just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. Wait, what? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better. I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. features a bunch of faces I recognize extremely well. Holy shit, that's everyone. Everyone except for Makoto. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. Everyone but Makoto. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room, we looked at that file. Makuru Ikusaba. And this girl is... Wait, what? Why? Why is Makuru here with everyone else? And even more than that, just having everyone here posed like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in that picture. Just investigating, doing a bit of personal investigation going on right now. Like, it says everyone's in the same uniform, but it's not exactly like... There's a couple of guys with white coats, like Leon and Hiro in it are in white coats. No one else. Mondo's kind of like in a singlet thing. Which I guess Leon's in a singlet thing too. Sakura, who knows what's going on there uniform-wise. And same with Celeste, they're both out of it, but the rest of them are pretty. Junko doesn't know what she's doing, but the rest of them are pretty much same uniform. So like most of them are in the same uniform, not all. I'm the only one not there. The picture is all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me to not be in this picture. But what's definitely unnatural is everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other until we got here. But if this picture is real, then that could mean, could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you going to keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way of standing there, you know? So, I mean, get out. But I told you I'm not fielding any questions.
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would it be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. Do you regret capital T slash R at 2E lesson 3. Wait, greater than 3. Damn it. I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. Group photo. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in my head, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone have faked that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear this all up. No, I have to clear this all up. Oops, wrong way. Huh. Guess we're going to the dining hall. Say hi to Hina. Yeah, Monokuma's up to something. I don't know, man. So obviously they like went to school together, and then the tragedy happened, which may have killed off everyone but the elite. And then that's a year later the killing game begins? I don't know. I'm lost here. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. Makoto? Sorry, gotta go. What? She ran off so fast I didn't even have I didn't even have time to ask her to stop. Hina, why? Why won't you talk to me? That was weird. Is anyone gonna talk to me? Hey, Hiro. Gwah! Makoto, what's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hiro, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. It was like he was avoiding me. Like he was afraid of me. Why? Oh. Huh. They must have been shown something about Makoto. I decided to visit the bio lab once more. First thing I saw when I got there was her passed out again. Huh? Toko? Oh wait, there's a body open. Toko, are you okay? No, she's not dead, is she? Of course not. But wah! It's cold, it's super cold, it's so cold I think I might catch a cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What? I was asleep? Must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't.
Have you reached that certain age?
Oh, gross. Oh then, what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know, last thing I remembered was waking up just now. What did you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right, your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga. We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate.
You SOB!
And don't say it like it's a bad thing, it's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember.
Yes!
It's like double the memory. No, it's more like half.
Huh?
But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now, or I'll slit your throat. I don't know, I'm sure Byakuya is somewhere around somewhere, doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself? I assume so.
Oh, I'm on fire!
I knew it, I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta go. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Yep. Toko shut off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. Like a dead body? The fridge, it's open. But I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko.
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? You okay?
Indeed.
Yeah, she really is creepy as all hell. Though she has kind of like, I said before, she kind of like has that Harley Quinn vibe about her. Yeah. She's kind of cool, but at the same time, super creepy. In that creepy cool kind of way, kind of like Monokuma. Monokuma is creepy cool. I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
About this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem...
it's a morgue. Yeah.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Tokyo must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so difficult around with her?
Anyway...
Anyway, we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Makoto approached the fridge, hands outstretched. But suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Makuro's body is in here. Makuro's corpse? Makuro's body is inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time, the master probably brought it up. The mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in a class trial. Look. Man, I've been hanging out too much with Toko. It's just saying the master instead of the mastermind. The mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I finish. It's like, I can help. I'm a cool guy, I can help. Just wait over there, that's it. Nah, I'm going in. It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it, I can't look inside. Oh, you smell. I should ask Kyoko about the group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I want to ask you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier.
Whew.
You mean the one about the hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing. But what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right though? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it, there's no other explanation. I guess we talk to her again, see what's up? No, oh, it's the same thing. Can't leave right now, what? Oh wait, there's tops there. Alright. But these ones aren't. The blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around the number of blue lights that are on, including Makuro's, that's 9 in all. Nine lights. Oh, cool. This is what I came here to see. You know, I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. It's the same one I found in the garden tool shed. If I remember, that tarp has a stamp on it that said Biolab. That's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point someone got it and from the Biolab and took it over there. Oh. Well, I got you guys in chat. We're doing... Oh, I'm gonna grab this. Oh wait. I can't copy and paste this. Damn it. Oh, that's gross. Hold up. Hold on 1 second. Drats. Drats. Ah! Okay. I've got something to work on. Something to work on for next stream. Work on over the weekend. Damn it. I have a vote going, right? As for... I'm just gonna say it. Because I can't actually copy paste from my bot chat. But the vote is, which remaining character would you take on a date? And the options are 0, Kyoko, 1, Hiro, 2, Byakuya, 3, Toko, 4, Asahina, and then I kind of cheated and put in 5 Taka as well, so you guys should vote on that by doing the exclamation mark vote and then ID. You guys should definitely vote on that and see who's the most dateable of the last 5 characters. I can tell you who I voted for. Kyoko. Full on. Although that would be kind of weird because like you just hit that point in the conversation where you just stop talking and she starts like using her detective work on you. I don't know, that might be fun at the same time. At some point someone got from the Biolab and took it over there. Cool, top. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Geez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and traces of blood. It seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were definitely inflicted after death. I'll give you those options again. So 0 is Kyoko, I know that much. 1 is Hiro, 2 Byakuya, 3 Toko, 4 Asahina, 5 Taka. I know what I can do with that. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. Then how did she die? So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Jesus. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said that they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say that they're old? Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, there is Taka on the list. He seems to be an upright, upstanding gentleman. Well, the differences are immense considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds makes it sound like they've been there forever. Like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have done anything. They could have had anything to do with the murder.
So then...
But what if Makuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of the many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's a way to predict the answer from the beginning. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios that they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work, but beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in your mind for the future.
Hey.
So, if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Makuru's file, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot 9 inches, 97 pounds, vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that right? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then,
Indeed.
don't forget about the Fenrir test period. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Makuro Ikusaba.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
Then it looks like we have no further business with Makuru's body. Let's get going, it's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, we're not gonna put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad? Did you forget she was our enemy once? Part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed, she's still a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well yeah, but still.
Whew.
You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Ah, hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in the locker. If I don't do it now... Hey Kyoko, I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead Dan, out with it. Have you really not seen your dad since you got here?
What? So...
What do you mean? Well, you know, all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms.
Indeed.
I do, yes. But to get into any of those lockers, you'd need a handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
Then you found the one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think I must have. Wait, I think it must have been your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owners should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD. It says Class 78 Urgent Interviews.
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now, but I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD. Oh, God.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble?
In other words...
As it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. Oh no, that's not great. It's not good for Team Makoto. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I want to ask for the rest of my life, and all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death, and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's still so much to do before I consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There's only one ever absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst, what do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind the final farewell